Good afternoon and welcome to the Snakebite, your home for all things FSC Athletics. I'm Andrew Pauling.
And I'm Camille Jardina, and here's what's going on in the world of FSC Athletics. Softball begins their season with a doubleheader at home against Ursuline on Monday night, with the first pitches scheduled for 6 and 8 p.m. The Mocs play their first 7 games at Chris Bellato Field before going on the road in mid-February. Last season, the Mocs went 27-21 while going 12 for 18 in conference play. This will be the Mocs' second season at their new stadium, and they are expected to be led by catcher Sierra Floodman, who hit .321 last year. The baseball team opens up their season on the road with a 3-game series at West Florida on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The Mocs then come home for a single game against Eckerd on Tuesday evening at Henley Field. Last year, the Mocs went 45-11-1 in the regular season, hosted and won the South Regional, and finished 3rd in the nation. As a team, they played exceptionally well at home, going 23-5 at Henley Field. This year's offense will feature returners such as Pablo Cabrera, Vaughn Brown, Christian Maglich, and reigning SSC Freshman of the Year, Jacob Teeter. Andrew, you were the play-by-play broadcaster last season for the Mocs, and you'll be returning to that role. What are your predictions for their season this year?
Last year they did exceptionally well, obviously finishing 3rd in the nation. They had a lot of veteran talent. Logan Browning, JT Hinson, 2 superstar type players, ended up getting drafted and are now, playing in the minor leagues. They also had some other veteran guys, Hayden Mars, Austin Maurer, and Cody Burgess, who graduated and obviously won't be back this year. But the key is that they have a strong returning core. Jacob Teeter did phenomenal last year. Christian Maglich and Vaughn Brown really came into their own as sophomores last year, now going to be juniors this year. And then in addition to that, they just have a big roster this year. The Mocs have 40 guys on their roster. Obviously, you can't dress everybody at every game, but they have 20-something new players this year between the freshmen and the transfers that they got. There was a lot of interest coming to Florida Southern after how well last season went for them. So there's no shortage of guys around that can fill the role and do the job. I expect this to be a team that, once again, contends for a national title, goes on to contend to win the region, and maybe ends up back in Cary, North Carolina again this year. So let's also get on to checking in on basketball, how they did this past week. The women's basketball team extended their win streak to 14 games after defeating the St. Leo University Lions last Wednesday by a final of 68-34. Anya Fuchs-Robertson led the Mocs with 21 points. The Moccasins' defense held the Lions to just a 24.5 shooting percentage, and their 34 points were the fewest given up by an FSC team since 2012. The Mocs are now 17-1 overall and 10-0 in conference play. The men's team made a miraculous comeback in their matchup against the Lions. Down by 24 points, the Mocs ended up winning by a final of 86-83 in a game that electrified the crowd at the Streamline Sale Arena in Jenkins Fieldhouse. Jonathan Lawton put up another 20-plus point performance, scoring 29 points, with 21 of them coming in the second half of the game. The Mocs shot 49.3% from the field and scored 24 points on fast breaks, which was a major key to their comeback. Our Megan Price spoke with assistant coach Nate Champion after the game, and here's what he had to say about the team's performance.
Thanks, guys. I'm here with assistant men's basketball coach Nate Champion. Nate, the final score tonight, 86-83, down by more than 20 points at certain times in the game. What was the game plan coming into tonight's game?
Well, honestly, we knew they were going to be a tough team. They had won 4 in a row, and they're playing their best basketball right now. We came out a little slow, obviously, and like you said, we got down 20 points. I thought the guys showed a lot of resilience and toughness, something that we lacked against Rollins. And we came all the way back. Guys made huge shots, and then obviously, at the end, we're getting stops, and that's what we're really asking from the guys. So I thought the resiliency and toughness was there tonight.
Well, Slinky was pretty pivotal tonight. He just recently won his 3rd SSC Player of the Week. So how pivotal has he been all season for the team?
Honestly, Slinky Jones just comes to work every day, and he's kind of our anchor for our defense. And as you saw at the end there, they throw it inside to him. We were pretty confident that he could get that stop, and he did a great job without fouling. And then guys came down and gang rebounded to seal the game. And I thought, Slink just does a great job all the time. And, for him, defense is kind of what he bases his game off of, and that's kind of how he gets going. So Slink does a great job for us.
Sometimes the Mocs have a tough time on the road. They do most of their damage at home. So what is the atmosphere like playing here in Jenkins Fieldhouse?
Oh, tonight it was electric. Everybody showed up. It was a packed house tonight. I thought the crowd was great. Defense, chants, everybody was into it. And when we came back, you could really feel that. And I thought that added to our success.
Well, our next big matchup is at Tampa on the 30th. What are going to be some of the keys to that game?
Just kind of the same stuff: toughness, resiliency on defense, and then playing together on offense. Share the ball and then make shots, obviously.
Awesome. Well, thanks for spending some time with us today, Coach. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thank you for that, Megan. Camille, as we just heard, that's what Coach Champion had to say about the matchup coming up against Tampa later on this evening. His thoughts on the men's matchup. What are your thoughts on how the women's game is going to go later on tonight?
Touching on what Coach Champion had mentioned about intensity and toughness, it's the same for the women's side. We went perfect first conference round, and now we're entering the second go around, and we have a target on our back. So therefore, we need to come and be prepared for them to take it to us.
Yeah, absolutely. Camille, good luck in that matchup tonight. Now let's take a preview into the upcoming week of Moccasins tennis. The men's tennis team is heading to Flagler this Friday for a 3 p.m. meet in St. Augustine. This is the Mocs' first meet of the season, and they went 8-11 last year while struggling on the road, going 0-5. They will look to change their luck opening this season on the road. The women's tennis team also opens up their season this week. However, they will be playing in the University of Tampa round-robin tournament. The Mocs will be playing Friday through Sunday, and times have yet to be posted, so check out fscmocs.com throughout the week for the updated schedule.
Lastly, for the Mocs, we have the women's golf team starting their season this Sunday at the World Golf Invitational in St. Augustine. This tournament carries on into Monday as a 2-day-long event. In their most recent tournament, the Rollins Legends Invitational, back in November, the Mocs finished 9th out of 13 teams.
Thanks for joining us this week on the Snakebite. Megan and Slinky will be back with you guys next Wednesday at 3 o'clock. I'm Andrew Pauling.
And I'm Camille Jardina. Thank you for tuning in.